right, YouTube. I was not about to upload this video, but this is from my live stream. I am live, yes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna upload it. I gotta see the first take. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders is being set up for failure? Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark. Let's see if he really gets set up for failure or not, bro. Because I just heard word on the street. Shedeur Sanders not QB1. Yes, he got picked in the 5th round. But he got, bro, come on, bro. We all know why he got picked in the 5th round, bro. He's not garbage, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. That boy nice, bro. Stats don't lie. Stats don't lie, bro. Y'all can say he been doing bubbles. Y'all can say he be doing bubbles, screenplays, and he had the #1 pick in the draft. Nope. 2nd overall pick in the draft on his team. But, bro, Shedeur really like that, bro. The stats don't lie. I don't care what nobody say. He should be QB1 for the Browns.
Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Plus, ESPN Deportes, followed by the main card, 3 Eastern on ABC. Today we're focusing on the AFC North, and now we're heading to Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders was the big name selected by the Browns in this year's draft. He's now at training camp where he'll be competing in a crowded quarterback room, right? They've also got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and another rookie, Dillon Gabriel, on their roster. Shedeur's hoping he can stand out this summer to earn the starting job. Okay, Mike T, is Shedeur the AFC North quarterback who needs to ball out the most this season?
Absolutely. If I was the GM of the Browns, I would sit him down and say, Shedeur, here's the answers to the test. You have 1 season to prove to us that you're the quarterback of the future. We have 2 first-round picks next year. Go play well so we don't have to draft a quarterback. I think he's a better prospect than Dillon Gabriel. I would trade Kenny Pickett.
Yep. How much pressure is that on a 5th rounder? Though?
Yeah, why should he only have 1 season when other
because you have 2 first-round picks. Because, Molly, they have 2 first-round picks. Next year's draft is loaded with quarterbacks. So, to me, your best chance to start is right now.
Got you.
And
that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency that, look, next year, Jacksonville, if they don't make the playoffs, that could be a high pick. And we know that, again,
dang, this go.
They go 4, maybe 5 guys in the first round. So tell us that we don't need to use those picks on a quarterback. Like, go earn the job. All that noise about the draft, that's ancient history. Go earn the trust and respect of your teammates. You are a good quarterback. You played well at Colorado. Take this job, not for today, but for the next 5 years. Like, this is a job interview. Like, we want you to be successful.
Yeah, I think that for pressure on a quarterback who's a 5th round pick, I feel like
it's insane, bro. Like, reason why he got so much pressure as a 5th rounder, because he should never be a 1st rounder. He should not be the 5th rounder, bro. He should be top 10. Matter of fact, close to top 5. Just saying. That's why he making so much noise, bro. He making so much noise because, first of all, his daddy is Deion Sanders, okay? Let's keep it a buck. His daddy, Deion Sanders, you know how much noise he make. You know how much he breaks to the table. But even if his dad not Deion Sanders, that boy is balling. He been balling since he came out the womb. That's why he got so much pressure in him in every level. Come on, let's keep it a buck. If you want to talk, we can talk. You feel me? So I don't know why he not starting. Why is this a conversation? Who named 5 quarterbacks that's better than him in the Cleveland Browns right now? You can't. That quarterback room is not on the same level as Shedeur Sanders. Period.
And it's not pressure, and I get what your sentiment is. Like, you have one opportunity to get in here and show and prove that we don't go draft a quarterback. I don't know if there's much you can do for that not to be the case. That's my own personal opinion. But we can't have both ways, right? We talked about with Stephen A. earlier about what Cam's situation was versus Jalen's. When you're a top ground guy, there's pressure on you to ball out. When you're a lower level guy, we see you a certain way, you should have a chance to develop. If you're asking me who I think in the AFC North needs to ball out the most, it's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, because he's got the Cincinnati Bengals to do something they don't typically do. He said, hey, I want T. Higgins and I want Jamar Chase. I want both of these guys paid so we can keep this train rolling. That train better roll. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of conversation.
And see, I feel like it's Lamar Jackson. I think it's not about Lamar Jackson being a good player anymore. He's one of the best that this game has at any position, and to me, one of the more transcendent quarterbacks that's ever played this game. But how do you finish and where do you finish is all important for this quarterback. You saw him say that we're going to come back with a vengeance next year, and you mentioned, you know, sort of championship windows, Buffalo Bills. If you're Sean McDermott, do you feel like, hey, wait, we just can't do it? He has Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You have to start questioning the same thing of the Baltimore Ravens, but we've seen John Harbaugh do it with Joe Flacco. And so there are going to be more questions heaped upon Lamar Jackson that, are you just extremely talented? Are you a quarterback that can execute in the regular season? Can we expect you to—
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, with this situation, bro, Lamar Jackson is only one guy. Okay, I'm gonna with how he talking like Lamar Jackson. Listen, even though I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, Lamar Jackson be balling, boy. What? That's what, bro. I got a Lamar Jackson jersey right now. Listen, bro, that boy be balling, and he's only one guy. He can't do everything. He can't go in the defense and offense, and tackle a guy. Throw a football. Like, what more do y'all want him to do? Really? Honestly. Bro. He can't do everything. Shit. Give the boy a break. Sorry for cussing, but golly. Man. He's hurting out there, man. He can't do everything. Sometimes the team gotta take accountability too.
step up in the biggest moments? Because the one thing about
because
Lamar
he beat
Jackson that people all the time is
Mark Andrews literally dropped the game winning pass against the Buffalo Bills. I admit it. They should have won that game.
They didn't win a national championship. And now here in the NFL, he's been the best player on the field. To me, 3 of the years he's been in the NFL, but he still hasn't even gone to a Super Bowl. I think it's all important that he takes that next step.
Yeah, but again, like to answer the question, if the 4 of us were sitting here a year from today, Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson are superstars that are going to get paid incredibly well, that they've earned. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's going to happen to Shedeur. Is Shedeur a starter? Is he a backup? Is he a journeyman?
Well, I think we're looking at it different, though, too, Mike. See, you're talking about who needs to play better based on how it affects their career. Correct. Right? And what we're talking about is who needs to play better based on how it affects their perception. The way that people are going to look at them, what's expected of them. Shedeur Sanders is a 5th-round draft pick. The expectations of him are not high. If he plays well, if he
he got that Shedeur last name. I mean Sanders last name. So it's kind of is.
Was the starter.
Same thing with Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders, bro. Same thing, bro. His expectations is a little high. He's undrafted.
He's exceeded what he thought or what many thought he would be the night he was drafted.
But he's not just a random 5th rounder, right? He's Deion Sanders' son. So there's other expectations and eyeballs and pressure. I mean, we did First Take from Colorado, right? And I agree with both of you on the Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. But to your point and how you brought up that Cleveland also has those 2 high picks and when they could get another quarterback in a deep quarterback class coming up, do you feel like Shedeur is being set up for failure just from the simple fact that we're saying, okay, he has this year, or they might draft another quarterback over him, and he was already drafted so low?
Yeah, I think it's more of an opportunity. I would say, hey, look at Brock Purdy. Like, you could go out and be the starter here for the next 10 years. Just exceed expectations. Be the head of this organization from day one. Look, he had some small bump in the roads with, the speed tickets. That's way gone too. Like, but RC and Hawk, you guys know, like, from a quarterback perspective, he has to give that locker room hope and belief that when we go out there, we have a reasonable chance to win this game with you at quarterback. And my point, Molly, is if he could stack enough of that together, then he has a chance to, again, like, flip it. Like, no one's talking about San Francisco getting another quarterback. They just signed Brock Purdy. He was a 7th-round pick. He could run the same play in Cleveland.
I get it. I just feel like other quarterbacks get a longer leash than just having that 1 year where they have to get it done.
But that's the reality of being a 5th-rounder.
Yeah.
There is nothing set up for a 5th-rounder. There is no organization that's set up for a 5th-rounder to succeed. To Mike T's point, you got to go hunt. The person who actually has a gripe to say are they not set up for success is Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah,
You draft
for
him
real.
in the third round, and then you draft
he had to be
the biggest
so
name
salty.
quarterback in the draft
Yeah.
2 rounds later. But this is the NFL. You earn jobs, you keep jobs. And what balling out is for Shedeur is not the same as a ball out for Lamar Jackson and not the same a ball out for Joe Burrow. But there's still pressure on everybody to make sure that at the end of the year, you're in a better situation than you were at
And
the
honestly,
beginning.
Mike,
Facts. He spoke nothing but facts right there. I like that.
see, if a general
cracked the
manager
code.
is looking at Shedeur Sanders like that, or to say, okay, you have to go out and prove to me we don't need to use one of these draft picks next year, Shedeur Sanders has to play like a first rounder and not like a.
Yeah.
He can't play like Caleb Williams played last year. Shedeur Sanders is going to have to give you Michael Penix Jr. He's going to have to give you Bo Nix so you can see a future. Because if you do draft high enough and something is tantalizing enough at the top of that draft, you'll still move on from him if he gives you adequate
Jaden
work.
Daniels.
And we are saying all of this with the expectation that he actually starts at some point this season. And, you know, Hawk knows this. Like, we didn't hear our names called. And for your entire career, you're trying to outplay that moniker of undrafted free agent. It's going to be the same thing.
Look at you now.
It's going to be the same thing.
How do you like me now?
How you like me now?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing for Shedeur this entire season. Every time he throws an interception or takes a bad sack,
It's gonna be on
in
either-
the first round. And that's a lot to overcome.
No, it's a lot of pressure. But I think he's built to handle that. You guys ever play flag football?
No.
Yeah,
Fun,
it's
right?
fun.
Good times. Guess what? It's heading to the Summer Olympics. Stay in shape, RC. In 2028, championships are happening right now. The 14 under quarterfinals.
my God.
Bryson Wright, my goodness, made a spectacular one-handed catch over defender for a touchdown. That
Right, that's
obviously
so
just felt
lit,
they're
bro.
Unbelievable. Hawk, what'd you think of that play?
You could give me 100
Man.
times to complete that with no defense by myself in my backyard, and I wouldn't catch it one time like that.
I thought the most impressive part was what he does when he hits the ground. He tucks it in. It survives replay at the NFL level.
Well, I'm not worried about the replay. What I'm worried about is the
That's
other
lit.
kid, and nobody told him
That's
to watch
lit.
out. All he out there do, he's trying to do
That's
his
it, though.
job, and then you tired weekend. It's like Hawk. If you stood Hawk on Hawk,
That's lit, bro. That's lit. That's lit, bro. But yeah, bro, I said what I said. They said what they said, man. That'll do it, bro.